Good morning, students. Today again you are welcomed into online class, dear students. Today is the chapter number 8. According to our syllabus that we have read the different chapters. So today we have the biology portion and the chapter number is 8. The name of the chapter is conservation of plants and animals. So dear student, as you know that we all are living in this earth, that it is a great diversity. There is a great diversity on this land, and in the context of India, the India is very it is the seventh largest country in the world, and the India is a developing country. This means that now it has not fully developed. Now it is on the way of developing. For being a developing country, India is doing many activities to be developed. For this, there are many activities which is being done by the Indian government. So we are clearing the forests and we are making different industry. This means that we are setting up different industries, and we are also making different the homes for the shelters, as well as we are also adopting the urbanization and so in this ecosystem, our ecosystem, when we are clearing in our country, we are clearing the forest, as a forest are the biotic component. We are also biotic component, and they are also non-living things, a biotic component in which we are interacting each other. So we are disturbing our ecosystem, means that we are disturbing our the ecosystem of our own country. So dear student, first and foremost the one word come, the ecosystem. So ecosystem, what is this ecosystem? Ecosystem, I have written that ecosystem is an area which has biotic and abiotic component, means that it has living component and as well as it has the non-living component. These all interact each other, because we are the biotic component. We are taking the oxygen from the atmosphere that is released by the different plants. We are taking the food, we are taking air, water, whatever the things we are taking from the environment, these are from the abiotic component, water as well as also the abiotic resources. So ecosystem is an area in which the living and non-living component of ecosystem live and they interact each other. So now dear students, we are taking the different forest products. We are taking the different forest products, like the fruits we are taking the medicines. We are also taking the wood for our furniture. We also take the wood pulp. Wood pulp means that very soft, delicate parts of the innermost part of the wood, means the लकड़ियों का woods. So dear student, so what we are doing, we are clearing the forests. We are cutting the forest indiscriminately, without judging. Okay, what will be the side effects? What will be the adverse impact on our ecosystems? We are not thinking about. But a significant percentage of the population uses the wood. As for example, whenever you will go to the railway station, you will see that there are some railway tracks. So railway tracks also use the sleepers between these two tracks. It is also made of the woods. So we are what we are doing, the percentage of the forest are being cleared. So it is a great threat for all the human being, that how we can conserve the forest. If we do not conserve the forest, so the conservation of flora and fauna, the plants and animals cannot be taught. So dear students, in this chapter, in the context of this chapter, conservation of plants and animals, why it is needed to teach the student? The reason is that the indiscriminate cutting of the trees, the clearing the forest, ecosystem are imbalancing, and it is also affecting the climatic changes, which is also disturbing our the health issues. We are facing the different air pollutions like that. So dear student, the conservation of plants and animals has been the global concern of the world, all the country of the world, they are meeting at one place to discuss about the how to conserve the forest, and they are also putting the different consequences of the deforestation or the disruption of the plants and animals ecosystem. So there are two aspects of the disruption of the plants and animals. The first is the domestic consequences, and second is the global consequences. Domestic means that when we are living in a particular area, like us, we are living in India, it is our domestic area in a country of any nation. So domestic consequences means that what are the outcomes when they are disturbing at the domestic level. The first is the disrupted river flow. When there is a deforestation, then river change their flow, and the flooding, this is the natural phenomenon. And after that, drought, and the D number is the plant and wildlife extinction and displacement of the forest dwellers, scarcity of forest products. So these are the domestic consequences. This means that when we are not planting more and more tree, we are cutting the more tree, then what would happen? The river will change the flow, it course of the flow. And floods, why does flood comes? At the bank of the rivers, there are different plants and trees are being planted by the government scheme or the plants, so that the plant root have the great binding capacity of the soil, which bind the soil. When river has the water during its the rainy season, then this binds the root binds the soil particles, and they do not let the soil particles to erode and come into the middle of the river. When they will come into the river, then depth of the beds will decrease, and the water of the river will strew, that will spread all over locality, and it will lead to the flood. So drought means scanty rainfall. And after that, plant and wildlife extinction. You know that different plants and different animals, they have the habitat on the plants. If the forests are cleared, plants are cleared, their extinction, their wildlife habitat are extinct. Ultimately, they also extinct. Displacement of forest dwellers. The different people, they will have the dwelling place of the forest. If the forests are being cleared, they will not have the place to live in. So scarcity of forest product. When the all forests are being cleared, one day or another day, their number will decrease, and the forest products will be not available. So these are the domestic. After that, there is the global consequences. So how the whole earth are being affected by the deforestation of the plants and the killing of the animals. The first global consequence is the climate changes, desertification and ozone depletion. So yeah, climatic changes means that when the number of plants and tree will be being cleared, then what would happen? The percentage of carbon dioxide would increase, and this is the greenhouse gas, and it has the tendency and ability to trap the more sunlight. And after when it will trap the more sunlight, the temperature of the earth will increase, and this will lead to the climatic changes. There will be the global warming. And after that, desertification, when the extreme temperature will incidence over the earth, then the plants and animals, flora and fauna will be not able to sustain that temperature. So ultimately, the different plants, little plants, they will be completely dried and they will extinct. Ultimately, the binding capacity will lose, and the soil will erode from the one place to another place. It will lead to the desertifications. And after that, there is a ozone depletion. We know that in atmosphere we have the different layers. So out of those layers, the ozone is the most important. It is made of the 3 atoms of the oxygen as a envelope. This is protective layer of the earth. It is a shield for the earth. When ultraviolet comes from the sun, these are being trapped, these are being protected, so we are free from the different human disease, skin disease. Plants are also being saved. So these are the topics in the plants of conservation of plants and animals, chapter number 7, dear students. You know very well. So these are most important, and it will be discussed one by one in the next video, dear students, and you will be very advantageous after reading it. So thank you. Have a nice day for watching this video. We will explain this all in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.